Oh,
Ooh.
Is that diabetes related? Is that it?
Yes. Yeah. Well, he doesn't have diabetes anymore, but from the neuropathy that was part of the diabetes when that was active. Yeah.
Okay, we're on YouTube now, you guys.
We're what?
We're live on YouTube.
We're live on YouTube. Okay.
We send love.
Thank you so very much.
absolutely. We all send our love.
Yeah,
That
we
is
wish
greatly
him well.
appreciated.
We wish him well, Randy.
Absolutely.
Toda rabah.
But you're taking good care of him, right?
From afar, I have to take him care packages and drop them off with the security guard. That's as close as I can get. So
Yeah, when Irv was in the hospital, I couldn't get any further than that either.
Yeah. I've been a nice boy. I promise I won't steal anything, or I don't know. Anyway, Arlen and David from, let's see, are you your Sun City? I believe. It's nice to have you folks with us. And I'm trying to see if there's anyone else that if I missed anyone in my greetings, please know that it wasn't intentional. It looks like it's getting close to starting time. Liz, are you there?
I am here.
Okay.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
All right. I'm going to assume that I don't need to press anything for recording because I don't see any button like that.
Well, we are
mute ourselves, right?
Right. We are streaming live.
If you all would be so kind to do so, it would be appreciated.
It doesn't say it's recording though. It just says live on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think you have to press the record button.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi, how are you, Susie? Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm going to mute myself. I think we should mute ourselves now. Huh?
That was great. Thank you. Ruchim Habaim. This Erev Shabbat service, we welcome back to our virtual Bima, Liz Baseman, who is a third-year cantoral student at the Academy for Jewish Religion. And we've been friends since actually before she started, because she was in attendance at one of the classes that I was enrolled in at the time. That was homiletics. And we made an instant connection, and the rest is history or herstory, as they say. So Liz is going to begin with a nigun, and that is a wordless melody, and she's going to go ahead and start us off.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
The words of this nigun are very difficult, and I want you to prepare yourselves. The words are Lai da 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 da. So, please put yourselves on mute as we join together to welcome Shabbat. Lai da 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 da, lai da 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 da, da 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 da, lai da 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 da, lai da 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 da, lai da 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 da, da 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 da, lai da 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 da, ya da da da. Thank you so much, Liz.
At this time, I asked Liz before service if she would be willing to share a little bit about what the process is to become a cantor. And so she's going to take a few unstructured moments during our service to go ahead and let you know a little bit about what she's undertaking beside great student loan debt. Sorry, Liz. Please go ahead.
Well, it is such a good question that Randy has asked me to share with you all a little bit about becoming a cantor and all of the study process that I am currently going through. I am in my 3rd year of school, as Randy said, and along the way I have learned and am still learning about Nusach, chanting different melodies, and how to chant Torah, and all of this wonderful music and history. And my school is a 5-year program. Let me say that again. This is not just a quick learning degree thing. It is a full immersive program, and what I've heard and what I'm experiencing is you come out of it different than you went in. And it's just a remarkable, wonderful thing. So thank you, Randy, for letting me share how much I love learning and becoming and learning to be a cantor, God willing.
Can you share with the folks where you're currently doing your internship?
I am currently at Temple Akiba here in Culver City. And I've been there for a few months, and it is absolutely wonderful. And I'm also really excited to be here with you all this Friday night.
What do your duties and responsibilities entail there at Temple Akiba? This is not going to be an interview, I promise, folks.
Okay. So I am teaching B'nai Mitzvah students. I am working with the preschoolers and pre-kindergartners on music and Shabbat rituals. And I am doing a whole bunch of other stuff with the Master Prayer Program, which teaches beyond teaching the prayers for B'nai Mitzvah kids, I'm doing an exploration on what the prayers mean to each individual child. So that's been really cool.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. All right. Typically, this is where I ask people to put their cell phones on mute when we're in person, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. But I will ask you to take a few moments to make the transition from getting here to being here. About a moment, which will last about 60 seconds of silence. I'd like to begin with a prayer by Alden Sullivan from this grateful heart entitled, Shabbat is the Place. Shabbat is the place where time and space meet without questioning how the beginning began or how the ending ends. Shabbat is the place where song and silence meet, blessing each other with gifts of rest. Shabbat is the place where dreams and angels meet, yearning together for a world of peace. Shabbat is the place where holiness and eternity meet, praying together for the world to come. On Tuesday, Juan Moriel, Miranda Wanacott, and Teresa Sitz met with the Beit Din as part of the finalization of their journeys to Judaism. And so Juan will be joining us this evening and sharing a reading a little bit later on. But in recognition of this simcha, this joyous occasion in their lives, I'd like to ask Liz if she could lead us in the Shehekianu on behalf of Juan, Miranda, and Teresa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen.
Blessed are you, sovereign of the universe, who brings us to moments such as this in celebration, in recognition, and in joy. Our service continues with the lighting of the candles. That Liz, are you on first? You're on first. Okay. Liz is doing a number of things.
I am doing a lot of extra
You're
Zoom.
Jill of all trades tonight.
Yes, exactly. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
If you happen to have fruit of the vine near you and care to join me, at least while you're on mute and I'm not, we will have the words for the Kiddush coming up any moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho be'ava uvratzon hinkilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit Kihu yom techila lamikraye kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim. Ivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim Shabbat kodshecha Be'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. Where did I put that book? Oh, there it is. Is it kind of hard for me to see it, Randy? All right. For the arrival of Shabbat. Well of life, bless my heart with the gifts of Shabbat, the presence of your love in my pulse, your glory in my chest, and your wonder in my breath. Bless my eyes with the gifts of Shabbat, the beauty of the candlesticks, the Kiddush cups in Challah. Bless my lips with the gifts of Shabbat, rejoicing in song and prayer, our melodies ancient and new. Bless my ears with the gifts of Shabbat, hymns and praises, the nigunim of old, and blessed words of Torah. Bless my soul with the gifts of Shabbat, awe and thanksgiving, calm and surrender, beauty, righteousness, and peace. Let these gifts descend gently on all your people Israel, so that together, whenever and wherever we may be, in one voice, from the four corners of earth we sing, Boachem LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, come in peace, messengers of peace, angels of the Most High. Our service continues with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni LeShalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We welcome the ministering angels as well as one another to this service. Liz will lead us in the Chatzi Kaddish, the half Kaddish.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shmei Rabbah בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מבורך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ויאמרו amen.
We rise in our spirits as we prepare for the call to worship. Baruch Hu.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach, Baruch Adonai hamevorach, hamevorach leolam vaed, hamevorach, hamevorach leolam vaed.
Lech Lecha, meaning go forth, is this week's parsha. Juan Moriel will be reading a poem entitled First Step by Rabbi Rachel Barenblatt. First Step, once again by Rabbi Rachel Barenblatt. Lech Lecha.
It's not going to be easy. All of your roadmaps are wrong. That was another country. Those lakes have dried up, and new groundwater is welling in places you won't expect. You'll begin the journey in fog, everything unknown, impossible. Don't be surprised by the tears. This right here is holy ground. Take a deep breath and turn away from cynicism and despair. Turn from the miserable uncertainty that nothing will ever get better. Heed the voice from on high and deep within, the one that says, I'm calling you to a place which I will show you, and take the first small step into the surprising sun.
Thank you. Evening has already arrived, and so Ma'ariv Aravim, bringer of evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim, v'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hachochavim, v'mishmerotehem berakia kirtzono. Berei yom v'layla, volel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Ma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdil bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzavaot shemo. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Alabi. From our Siddur, as you taught Torah. As you taught Torah to those whose names I beat, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggled with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to heed, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Eternal love, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbeinu, uvkumeinu nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Liz, with that, Debbie Friedman's version,
It was indeed.
I've learned something. We continue with the watchword of Judaism, the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leholam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leholam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
Our esteemed and beloved Carolee will lead us in the Mea Hafta. You shall love.
Everybody, please join. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'chol nafshecha u'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha v'derech, uvshochbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha laman tiskaru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kadoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher Hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Carolee, you've been practicing, haven't you? For years and years and years.
Years and years.
We thank you so very much.
Oh,
What
it's
an
so
honor
my
it is.
pleasure.
Even as God's love for us was demonstrated in the Torah, God also demonstrated that love as our ancestors crossed the Red Sea. Nichamocha, God, who is like you?
Lie, 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 yeah, lie, lie, yeah, lie, 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 yeah, lie, 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 yeah, lie, 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 yeah, lie, 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 lie. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nehda b'kodesh, nora tehi lo rosei feleh. Nora tehi lo rosei feleh. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze Elianu ve'amru, ze Elianu ve'ameru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam, le'olam va'ed. Lai, 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 ya, lai, lai, ya, lai, 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 ya, lai, 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 ya, lai, lai, ya, lai, 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 ya, lai, 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 lai.
If you need to get a drink of water, you just go right ahead and do that. Continue with Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamidenu shomrenu l'chaim. Grant, O God, that we may lie down in peace and raise us up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Lord, are going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Mishmor Tzeitenu, Uvoenu, L'chaim Ul-Shalom, Me'ata ve'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai, Haparei Sukat Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. The children of Israel shall keep Shabbat. We join together in singing Vishamru.
Vishameru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot Et HaShabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam Beni uvein bnei Yisrael Oti leolam Beni uvein bnei Yisrael Oti leolam Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Bayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Beni uvein bnei Yisrael Oti leolam Beni uvein bnei Yisrael Oti leolam Vishameru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat.
Because you are doing a magnificent job of juggling, I don't know how many plates at the same time. Ryan is watching from his hospital room, and I know that he's feeling guilty, which is not necessary. We are in good hands with you, and I know that for sure. So please know that we are most grateful. We rise in our spirits for the Amidah, our standing prayers, Tefillah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol hagibur v'hanora El Elyon gomel chasadim tovim v'koneh hakol v'zocher chastei avot v'imahot umevi geula livnei v'nehem lema'an shemo be'ahava melech ozer u'moshia u'magen Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לך חיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יחללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Randy, you're muted.
Thank you. At this time, we're all going to spend some time silently reflecting, and we'll come back together for You the Ratzon. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, וגואלי, וגואל יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, אמרי פי, והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, the words of our mouths and meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, Adonai, our rock and our redeemer. At this time, I'm going to ask if you'd be so kind to remain on mute, but to list the names of those who are near and dear to your hearts, as well as on your minds at this time, as we go to Yishaberu. Alden Soloby shares the following. God of love, cast the illumination of health and well-being on the following. Jonathan Davidson, Brenda Oppenheim, Kenny Hayes, Randy Rubin, Ben Henderson, Les Diskin, Kara Gilman, Rabbi Steve Robbins, Gloria Mangus, Steve Lux, David Kurland, Robin Kurland, Sandy Schneider, Jan Judman, Emily Pasquarelli, Julie Lapidus, Pamela Manguise, Barbara Brandt, Johnny Sikat, Aharon Pincus, Gail Pro, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Jesus Lopez, Sandra Ramirez, Ryan Lester Wilson, Kim Coe, Jeff Hicks, Harav Ora Bat Yaakov, Rabbi Lucy Dinner, Jason Moliner. We also think of the many names that have been listed. Please know that whether aloud or in our hearts, we come before this holy community.
Dan Perry, Debbie Perry,
Terry Wolf,
Ron Jones,
Robert Helmbrecht,
Ruth and Sandra Landis,
Dan Borenstein, Patty Podner, Lucio Offstein, Ron Jones, Ruth and Sandra Landis, and mentioned, Sandra Stokely, Robert Doctor, Robert Helmbrecht, Nika White, Leslie Ferris, Richard Scott, Diana Anderson, all who are injured, infirmed, and insecure, those who yearn for God's healing hand. May the Holy One bless them with healing of body, healing of soul, and healing of spirit, and all in need of full and complete recovery. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Mekor Chaim. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, source of life. We join together in singing cantor Lisa Levine's Missionary.
Sheberach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Mi sheberach avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
May it be so.
Amen.
Liz and I did not practice doing a duet there, so my apologies for honing in on your territory. Blessing for reading Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. The special we have in terms of a surprise for this evening is the, I'm not going to say how many years, but this was Liz Baseman's Torah portion, Lech Lecha, some years ago. And so she is going to grace our evening with chanting in both English and Hebrew for the trope that goes with that. And so we are so delighted that you're going to be able to share that with us. And if there's something I need to do on this end, please don't hesitate to let me know. We need to do we're getting ready for the Torah blessing. Is that correct? It's good.
So we did just do the blessing. Thank you, Randy, for studying words of Torah. I'm going to spotlight myself for just a moment, and then I'm going to bring the spotlight back to you. So as Randy said, it was a while ago, but it wasn't forever ago. But this Torah portion is very, very special to me, and I don't want to spoil the sermon, the surprise of what Randy is going to share with us, but this is about journeys, and I want to share with you a few of the lines from this Torah portion. Vayomer Adonai el Avram, lech lecha, me'artzecha u'mimoladetecha, u'mibeit avicha, el haaretz asher arecha. And Adonai said to Abram, Go forth from your land and the place you were born, and from the house of your father, to the land that I will show you. Ve'esecha lagoy gadol, va'avarechecha, v'gadla shemecha, v'hiye bracha. And I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you, and I will make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. Va'avarecha mevorachecha, u'mekalelecha aor, v'nivrechu vecha, kol mishpachot ha'adama. And I will bless those who bless you, and curse him that curses you, and all the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you.
What a blessing that was. Thank you so much. I know that your parents, Debbie and Ken, are kvelling at this moment, even as they were kvelling a number of years ago. not a lot of years ago, but some years ago when you had your bat mitzvah. So thank you for that. I don't know if others have had the opportunity to hear someone chant, not just in the Hebrew, but to use the same trope for the English. That's something that is done at seminary. I'm not one who volunteers for that. I rarely volunteer for the Hebrew, let alone do anything more than that. So that was Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. And I'm going to continue with this following message as I bring that Word document to the floor for myself. Okay. I just realized I have the wrong joke. Oh, well, I'll repeat it. You may have heard this a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure why it's still there. Okay, well, anyway, preaching to the choir. If it rings a bell, it's because you've heard it quite recently. David Minkoff tells of a couple's recent conversation. Please bear with me if you've heard it before and again and again. Ever since Rachel joined the synagogue's choir, she's been singing in the kitchen while preparing dinner. But strangely, whenever she starts singing, her husband Joshua opens the front door and hangs out on the doorstep. Rachel doesn't know why he does that. But one evening she asks him, Joshua, tell me the truth. You don't like my singing? Why do you ask? He answered, because every time I start singing, when you're at home, you get up and head over to the doorstep, she replies. Well, actually, I quite like your singing, says Joshua. I just want to make sure our neighbors don't think I'm doing animal sacrifices. Well,
Ha ha ha.
I realized it was a groaner. Lech Lecha. This week's Parshat is translated Go Forth. In the third Torah portion of Bereshit, we're given the background for a number of significant events of our people. Parshat Lech Lecha begins with the account of Avram, also known as Abram, leaving his birthplace in Haran. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 reads, God said to Avram, go from your land, Lech Lecha, Eretzcha, from your relatives and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. God promised the land of Canaan to Avram and his descendants. Unfortunately, there's a famine in the land. So Avram then takes his family to Egypt. Once there, the Pharaoh takes notice of Sarai, Avram's wife, who he deceitfully passes off as his sister. Pharaoh then orders Sarai to live in his palace. Plagues come upon Egypt as punishment for what Pharaoh has done. Fortunately, Sarai is reunited with Avram. Abram and his brother's son Lot return to Canaan, and they divide the land between the two of them, so there won't be any disagreements about that. Avram and Sarai are in the winter season of their lives. They've been unsuccessful in conceiving. Sarai invites her Egyptian maidservant Hagar to have a child with Abram. As the story goes, Hagar becomes pregnant and she begins to mistreat Sarai. Abram's wife responds by chasing Hagar away. However, an angel tells Hagar to return, and she bears a son whom Avram names Ishmael. God changes Avram's name to Abraham or Abraham. This name means father of a multitude. God changes Sarai's name to Sarah, meaning princess. As Parshat Lech Lecha ends, God tells Abraham that all the males must be circumcised at 8 days of age. Circumcision is the sign for God's brit or covenant with Abraham, Sarah, and their offspring. We don't really know very much about Avram's early years. The Torah tells us that Sarai and their nephew Lot were brought from Ur of the Chaldeans to Haran by Avram's father, Terah. After Terah dies, Avram was commanded by God to leave Haran. God promised, as you probably recall, that Avram would become a great nation. Our sages understood there wasn't a lot of information about Avram's youth or why God specifically chose him for leadership. For commentator, excuse me, Harvey Fields suggests God chose Avram as the founder of the Jewish people because of Avram's wisdom and bravery. He wasn't afraid to ask hard questions, to take a stand for what he believed. Avram was willing to risk ridicule, even mistreatment and suffering for his convictions. He was willing to lead a small group who believed idolatry was wrong. Avram was willing to dedicate his life to teaching that there was one God, the creative source of all life. These qualities, in Field's estimation, made Avram a gifted leader. The first two words of this week's Torah portion once again mean go forth. Avram leaves his familiar surroundings to travel into uncharted territory. He leaves the predictable and confronts the unpredictable. Avram and Sarai go forth into the unknown and are blessed with the certainty of generations to come. Andrea Weiss takes the idea of going forth and pens these words in a poem entitled Lech Lecha. Go forth. Go forth on a journey. Go by yourself. Position at the crossroads. You venture from the known to the unknown. Some journeys must be made alone. Go to yourself. Spiral inward and unwrap your past and your potential. Remember that the soul which you have made is unique and holy. Go for yourself. Smell the fragrance which spreads across the land as you roam and wander. Refresh yourself under the tree which grows by a spring at the side of the road. Make your name great. Make your life a blessing. I believe in making our names great, as the poet referred, means making a name of integrity for ourselves. Making a name for ourselves is one of the most precious legacies many of us can hand down to our children and our children's children. Making a name for ourselves by the permanent imprint of our souls leave behind something that is etched beyond the memories of those who come after us. Making a name for ourselves acknowledges the dignity of our inherent worth and having the courage to validate that very thing, in spite of outward experiences and appearances. Making a name for ourselves, in the holiest sense of the word, focuses our attention on what truly matters in our earthly existence. When we make a name for ourselves by who we are both inside and outside, our lives are bound to be a blessing to the Holy One, our family, our friends, our co-workers, and humankind. Many of us recognize that we are undeniably blessed. The endearing and enduring words of Debbie Friedman ring true. And you shall be a blessing. Lahilach. Shabbat Shalom. We have some announcements.
Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi Singer will be leading Torah Study tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. If you haven't had a chance to share in that, I encourage you to do so. She's going to be speaking about God making the covenant with the entire Israelite community. And we're reminded to turn our clocks back tomorrow night. We get an extra hour of sleep. I guess you could stay up another hour and then you kind of miss out on it, but whatever. Live School on Sunday at 9 a.m. and then at 2 p.m., Saving the Planet Through Veganism. Join us to learn how we at TBE can affect changes through our food options. Taught by Sarah Eifler, who joined us recently, the program director of Jewish Veg, and TBE President-elect David Rome. Tuesday is Election Day. Please make sure that you vote. On Thursday will be the third of the series by Dr. Douglas Moss, Jewish Language and Culture in the Diaspora. I don't know if you've had a chance to tune into that, but it has been absolutely fascinating. The entire world rests on the tip of the tongue, language and culture in new contexts. This is the last, as I said, of the 3 courses taught by Zoom by our congregate, Dr. Doug. Next Friday, 6:30, is the Shabbat family service. Please join us on Zoom. Details can be found in the email. And if that's not available, you'll want to look for that information next week. And you are encouraged to bring your pets to receive a blessing. And then a week from tomorrow, religious school at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. will be the confirmation class. Are there any other announcements before we welcome folks that may be new to us?
Randy, what day is the confirmation?
This is actually a confirmation class.
Oh, the
So,
class.
yes, confirmation typically happens in May, but the confirmation class will be next Sunday at 5. Alrighty. If you are here for the very first time, if you could raise your hand, it's going to take me a minute to look through all the people, all 36 of y'all. Let's see. I know it's his second time, Tiffany. Let's see. I won't embarrass him. Anyone? I'm not seeing. Okay, for those of you who don't have your video on, you may be raising your hand. I have no idea. I would like to welcome one and all. If you have a simcha, a joyous occasion, something that you're happy about, or something that's gone well, and you'd like to share that with the good of the cause, or for the good of the cause, please feel free to unmute yourself and then share. And after that, if you could remute, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Stephen Tick, I do see your message that you were laughing but muted. Okay, we'll go with that.
I'd like to report about my son.
Please go ahead.
I just wanted to report that my son, who's in the U.S. Army, he arrived in Belgium on, I forgot what morning it was, morning of the 30th, yesterday morning. So he is in Belgium, and he said it's cold, and he's in for a great time.
Does he know where he's going to be stationed?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
They're quarantined for 14 days right now. So
okay, so so they're hunkering down in place at this time. Anyone else? Simchas? Ellie, you got your hair cut. Big time. No? Oh, it's up. Okay. I was going to say, how unobservant of me. Teresa Sitz is with us this evening, and she, once again, was one of those who went through the Beit Din experience and lived to tell about it. It can be nerve-wracking, having been there myself, but, you know, we come out, and I see Joshua nodding his head. It's okay. It's all right. So we congratulate you, as well as Miranda, and once again, Juan, who joined us in sharing that poem. Anyone else like to share something for?
Deborah has something to share.
Deborah, thank you.
This is from both of us. In a couple days, we will have been married for 33 years.
Mazel tov. That hardly seems possible. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. May you enjoy many more in health and happiness. Any other anniversaries? Well, I'm glad we don't have visitors, because they'd be pretty depressed by the lack of good news we've got to share. I would like to say how very grateful I am for your presence here this evening. It is a blessing for both Liz and I to share this experience with you. Without you, we'd have no reason. So it's been a blessing, not just because it's Shabbat, but because you made it all the sweeter for us. Okay. I don't think I'm missing anything. So at this time, I'm going to ask you to rise as in your spirits for the Aleinu, which means let us now praise.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Randy, we would love to hear your words at this time.
Our thoughts turn to those who've departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. This wound, God of my heart, this wound is too deep for me to heal. Without you, your power and your grace, remove the walls of grief that separate me from your love and your blessings. You call us to life, to hope, to service, to seek and to do, to heal and to complete your creation. God of gentle moments, I surrender my life to your awesome works, your secret ways. Reunite me with myself, with humanity, and with the world to do your will in humble service. Baruch atah, ahavatcha nitzeh. Blessed are you, your love is eternal. In remembrance, there is life. Condolences to my aunt's family, Nina Eliason. Those in Shiva. Do you have any? Please feel free to share those names. Thank you. Floshim, the first 30 days, Roselle Walton, Sean Donnelly, and of Stephen Tick. First year, we lovingly remember Colonel Koppel, Adele Lucas, Arnie Geller, Alec Diaz, Reverend Jane Carl, Gary Phillips, Dr. Bob Levy, Adele Taylor, Elaine Marcus. We have others that are in the first year of mourning.
Sanford.
Becky Long.
Let's observe the following yard sites. Those of Yaben, Eli Bruch, David Spivak, Don Rosenbaum, Bernice Moon, William Lloyd, Bernd Magnus, Gary Henley, Elsie Cronenfeld, Annie Dudkovich, Dorothy Boxer, Carol Levine, Shirley Karp, Robert Levine, Shelley Abramovitz Uva, Sarah Wellington, Lau Sklar, Rose Kelber, Liam Frank, Dr. I. Lewis Hoffman, Annie Papa. There are others that are observing at yard site, or I missed first year, 30 days, or Shiva. Please feel free to share those at this time. Becky Long, Gary Ferris, Lucas, Tom Jensen, Trisha Cope, Susan Jones.
Sanford Victor.
Thank you. Those names, as well as the names that we carry in our hearts, join together. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who have died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts. If you wish to remain unmuted for this, feel free to join along. I will be going slowly for those who wish to say the Mourner's Kaddish aloud. And we begin. It Gadal Kaddish Rabbah. Vilma Divra
Yamlif Malkute, Chayon, Yomechon,
Usman Karim Imru Amen. Yehesh Me Rama Alam Maya Yitbarach Yishtabach Yitbar Aseh Yithada Shemed Kucha Brichu
Lelo Miko Virkata Vishirata Tushpachata
Benechamata
Amiram
Gabriel Vilma Vimru Amen. Yehesh
Shama
Rama
Rama
Minshmaya
Minshlamaya V'chayim Aleim V'yakol Yisrael
V'imru Amen. Ose Shalom Rama
V'yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'yakol
Yisrael V'imru Amen.
Amen.
Zikronam Livracha. May their memories be for a blessing, and let us say,
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Our concluding song is E. Friedman's Lechilach.
So what's special about this song is that Debbie took the words from the Parsha of this week, Lech Lecha, and extended the conversation between God and Abram to include Sarai too, which is why we have Lechi Lach and Lech Lecha to both of them, to all of us. Lechi Lach, to a land that I will show you. Lech Lecha, to a place you do not know. shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Lechi lach. And I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechi lach, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, lechi lach. You shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechi lach.
Liz, I think I didn't send you the updated run sheet. Do you have the words for the priestly blessing? Yes, you do. Okay.
I do.
Liz is going to be singing this. It's a different melody than some may be familiar with, but I encourage you to listen with your heart, your mind, and your soul. She blesses us with this song.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God gaze kindly upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav, panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom, shalom.
May God favor you and grant you the most precious gift, the gift of peace. We join together in either singing virtually, well, singing muted for the Motzi, which is right here. There are the words. 369 at Trader Joe's. Such a deal.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Amen. B'te'avon. As Randy shares the challah with all of us, we asked him to unmute so that he can share the challah with all of us and talk about it.
I'm sure.
Randy,
yes, Ruth.
Beautiful service, both you and Liz. Thank you so much. But I do want you to do something for me.
Yes, dear.
I want you to tell Ryan that my love and thoughts are with him, just as his and yours have always been with me, and it has meant so much to me. So God bless you.
Thank you so very much. You actually have just told him yourself because he is listening from his I was going to say hotel. No. Well, it's a different kind of hotel from his hospital room. So thank you from the
The
depths of my
same
heart.
for me too, Randy.
Thank you. Feel free to unmute
For me
yourself and
too.
choose. You're all so gracious, and I
Ditto.
wholeheartedly
All of us.
From all of us,
Yes.
that's right.
thank you. And our prayers
Yes,
continue
thank,
to be with
yes,
you.
yes.
Refuah Shlema.
It's Harvey.
If y'all have any questions for Liz or her folks, they're up in the agricultural area. Debbie and Ken, Greenfield is what, about 30 miles away? They do broccoli.
It's a little bit south of us.
Okay. What all do they grow? I mean, there are so many fields around your area. What all do they grow in that particular region? Or is it just any number of green things?
Well, I mean, you know,
Around our house, it's
mostly spinach
lettuce,
and
iceberg lettuce, and artichoke, and
strawberries.
strawberries, and
Mm.
cows. There's lots of cows here.
Lots of dairy.
Is the McCormick?
Not dairy. I think they're
They're more
cattle, steers.
Isn't there a broccoli festival in Greenfield?
well, there's a
I think
broccoli
there is.
Sure, and then there's the Gilroy Garlic Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And there's the Artichoke Festival. So, I mean, if there's a way to have a festival, we've learned to do it around here.
But not lately.
I think that the last time Liz visited the Garlic Festival, besides some excitement she didn't plan on,
Yeah.
Liz, did you try that garlic ice cream?
Oh,
I did try the garlic ice cream and it was surprisingly good. Yes.
How do they use roasted garlic? And that's how they get some sweetness to it, or what do
I
they
have
do? to make that
absolutely
garlic?
no idea.
Okay, that's all right. You don't have to be accountable for that. Hello, Susan.
Thank you, Liz.
How
It was a
are she and
wonderful
you?
service.
Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom to you.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you.
Beautiful voice.
Shabbat shalom.
Lovely service. Wonderful singing with you.
It is always a pleasure. One of the great joys for me is to be able to co-lead service. And Eileen, I'm missing the opportunities that we had to do so in person. May that come to pass sometime in the future. I don't know about y'all, but I'm looking forward to saying goodbye to 2020.
Yes.
Me too.
Thank you, Randy, for the service.
Oh, you're
We
so very
will-
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We
Randy.
always
It was
love
great.
service,
Thank
Randy.
you.
Thank
Yes.
you, Liz.
We always try and attend Elizabeth's services, but we also try and listen to you for
Thank
your
you.
services too, because
That means a lot to
we
me.
love you.
And love is returned in full
night.
measure. We've got some mutual admiration societies going on.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Joan,
Wonderful to see you all. Shabbat
Thank-
shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Thank you, Randy and Liz, very
Shabbat
much.
Shalom.
you
Welcome
betcha.
back anytime, Liz.
Thank you.
Thank you folks so very much.
A
We wish
wonderful
you
community here.
good
Thank you
Shabbos.
so much.
And don't forget to turn those clocks back or not, be late for a meeting or early. I don't know.
Yeah, a few
You-
Maybe
days.
isn't it tonight? Isn't
Oh,
it
my
tonight?
No, tomorrow night.
Always
Oh,
on a
okay.
Saturday.
It's always on a Saturday night.
Oh, I forgot that it's Friday. Duh.
That's easy to do these days.
Yeah.
Duh.
I have this electronic device that we got from my mom, who has, as you may know or not know, late stage Alzheimer's. It has the day, it says evening, it has the time, it has the date. So
good.
I have no excuse unless I don't look at it, and then I'm off. But anyway,
Okay.
it has been our joy, Simcha, for Liz and I to share the service with you. We are most appreciative, as I said earlier, of you being with us in spirit and in truth. If you haven't voted yet, we encourage you to do so. And we look forward to joining you either at Torah study or maybe even in adult ed. The opportunity to check out the information on, let's see, the presentation on Sunday at 2 saving the planet through veganism. For those of us from the Midwest,
Yeah.
and we'll leave it up to the rest of you. Tiffany, why are you smirking? You know it's not me. I don't even pretend. Yeah, we're meat and potato kind of people. But you know, I've gotten more adventurous in my years. I'll just say that. Instead of bread, I have cauliflower thins. Okay.
Oh, wow. Great.
Yeah. And they're now making jicama thins. You get 12 in a package for like $3.99 at Trader Joe's. It's better than the deal of 4 cauliflower thins for the same price. And then I double up on the jicama. So I get a top and a bottom rather than just doing the bottom.
Okay.
Me stop.
So silly, Randy.
Yes, I am.
Make us all laugh. Look at Tiffany. Tiffany can't stop laughing. Oh,
Tiffany is something else. She's quite a character, I'll tell you. Of all the people that, let's see, except for those of you that we met in 2001 when we moved down here, Tiffany and I worked together at Gage Middle School. For those of you who had kids, grandkids, nieces, and nephews, we were there for a short while together, and then she went on, and she's currently the principal at Castle View.
Congratulations.
And they love her as much as she loves them and the kids. So
that's great.
It's a good thing. Unfortunately, in Riverside, after about 4 to 7 years.
Thank you, Randy.
You're welcome. You know how it is that if you're good at a location, they move you to a really bad one. So you can make it. It's true. You know it's true. Don't deny it.
I've liked every place I've been, Randy.
Okay. All right.
I have.
That's true. You've had a good run.
Yeah, I have.
In Hollywood. Okay. Any other ways I can embarrass myself before?
I just want to
I'll
say.
message you later, Randy. I'll message you later.
Okay. I have no doubt. Okay. Yes. Someone wanted. Oh, Liz, please.
I just wanted to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and it's been a pleasure to be with you all this evening.
Shabbat Shalom, Liz.
Shabbat shalom to you. Your voice is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom.